Brilliant.
I'm going to get this screen up.
Because I also think it's like anything. Sometimes then having your upline, you know, there's Heather and Jen. I mean, Jen's built multi-global, but the Australian market is absolutely flourishing. But it's like they've slightly gone. But you need training.
Right, why is this not uploading properly? Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know if you've seen our training site before.
No.
Right. So I'm not going to show you everything, but I'm going to show you the bit, and you can. So the training site, this training site is www.
Right, hang on a minute, I'll write it down. www.
Our is in OUR.
Yeah.
EZ training.
Yeah.
EU.com.
EU.com. Right, brilliant.
So this is how Zach and Eden have become millionaires. This is why. This is why I follow it, because they are where I want to be.
Yes.
This is how we've got all the top income earners in Europe in our team, because we all follow this.
Yeah, yeah.
So you've got lots of information, you've got templates, you've got scripts, you've got how you do your calls. So what I'd say for you to do is have a good look through this. On that page you can see now, there's a welcome video. Zach and Eden literally guide you through this training site. So you can look at that in your own time.
Yeah.
But what I want to show you is what we call the top-down invitation. You're going to have to do a couple of steps before it. Why is it not looking properly? I always have challenges with...
I know, it's computers, mate.
Right, so that top corner, right. Okay, can you see there? You've got getting started, started, step 1, step 2, step 3, training. So I'm not going to take you through step 1 or getting started, but when you have a look, do start at the beginning, because there's things that you need to do in those 2 sections before you do the bit that I'm going to show you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, total.
Right, so step 2. So the top down, there's 2 ways to build your business. Top down or bottom up.
Yeah.
Okay. Top down means you're asking people to take a look at, I'm just going to take this out of here, at the business first. I can't get it to work. It's really annoying me now. Oh, see, now I've clicked on step 1 and I've put the video on from Zach and Eden. It always does this to me when I don't want it to. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Right, I cannot. It's running really weirdly on my phone, which it doesn't usually do. I want to go into step 2. Oh, I wonder if it's because I'm... Right, step 2. Load up, please. Just not liking it.
No, unless it's because it's on my Zoom, not yours.
Right, it doesn't matter. Right, so you've got the training site now. I don't need to. You can find. I can't even get off this to get back on the screen now. It did this to me the other week with somebody, exactly the same thing. I'm actually just trying to click off and it just won't let me click off. Let me see if I can get off the Zoom and back in. Go on. Oh, I'm sure these iPhones, when you've had them a bit, right, stop screen share. I'm sure this just start to play up.
I know they can do. I know.
So what I would do, so while we're trying to get sorted, you go through in your own time these steps. But when you get to step 2, step 1 is going to teach you all about building your list in the right way, but it'll get you to think about your list in a bit of a different way than you probably already have done.
Okay.
Because it talks about thinking about a board of directors, and if you were going to sort of take over Google tomorrow, who would be the 10 people you pick to work with you? I can't get off this thing. It's really annoying me. Can you see if you can stop my screen share?
Let's see.
Hang on, I can do it. I think I can do it. Yay.
There you are.
Yeah, I can't. It's just not working. That.
Don't worry.
So when you get to the section 2, when you get to section 2, it's going to teach you. There's basically a section. It's written, but there's also a voice note. And what I would do is get really confident with doing it as a voice note, because I think sending a text rather than sending, "Hey Sophie, how are you?"
It's such a difference in voice.
Yeah. So it's the top-down invitation. You'll have already made a list. You'll already have identified a bunch of people, 10 to 20 people who, If I said to you, right, tomorrow you are taking over Google globally, next year you're going to get paid $1 million a year, and we're going to pay 10 people to work with you. Yeah. Who would be those people you would want to ask, look, I'm taking over Google, blah, blah, blah. So this is a top-down invitation, is basically you're going to contact the people who possess the skills in which you feel would be great in this industry. On step 1, it talks about characteristic traits. So if I was to say to you, what are the 10 most important things in somebody that you think would be successful at this, what would they be? So like for me, it's grit, determination, probably already successful already, probably money driven, entrepreneurial, they have integrity, a good leader. So you think about 10 things, and then that's what helps you when you've got your list. You'll go, right, who are the possessors? A lot of them, or a good bunch of them.
Okay.
The top-down invite, when you get to step 2, is basically, it's a 1-minute voice note or a text, and it's a script. It is a script, but it doesn't sound like a script. So don't start thinking, because at first I was like, I don't like scripts. And my husband said to me, look, he worked for BMW, and he said, Emma, we all, in sales processes, that's what you use, because that's what duplicates. Like, that's how it works. You can make it your own a little bit, but try not to deviate.
Yeah, because you over waffle anyway.
Yeah. And it basically is saying, I can't know it off by, don't know it off by heart, but it's basically us saying, hey, look, I'm starting this new business, or I'm starting a new camp. You can word it a bit different. I thought of you, I'm running with this anyway. I don't know if you're open to something new or not, blah, 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 blah. It's a 1-minute thing.
Yeah.
And it's just basically reaching out to people, telling them a little bit and asking are they open to taking a look.
Yeah.
So what I would really focus on is committing every day to sending X amount of those out. Yeah. Now you're going to get ignores, you're going to get no's, yeah? You're going to get yeses. And what I would say is, do not ever discard somebody. Don't think, oh, Emma wouldn't be interested in that. So just do it. Just go, right, my first 10. Do the hardest 10 first. That's what I said. And then what happens then is you'll see on that step 2, it says if they say yes, it tells you what to do next. And it's all built through scripts.
Yeah.
Now it all comes to the ones that then say, yeah, I'm open to taking a look. It basically said, I'd love to get you on a call with my friend, and I don't mind doing the first couple for you. My friend Emma, she's blah, 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 blah. It tells you all this. Yeah. And then what you would do is, I've got friend Sarah, I've sent her a top-down invite, like she's open to taking a look. When are you free? We'll book a call. And then again, on the system, it tells you this. You then send 2 videos. Then one of the videos will be useful for what you've just mentioned before. So we send the Isagenix Advantage video.
Right.
And we've got our own 11-minute version of the compensation plan that's all visual that Eden recorded, and it's really good. And it's quite funky. So you can use that. So once you book the call, you then say, watch these videos before the call. It even shows you how to confirm the call, how you would check they've watched the videos. You would then get them on a call with me. In that step 2, you will also see top-down, it's called the executive launch. That's where the top-down invite is. You'll also see the discovery call. So when you put people on a call with me, and it's for the business, we've got 2 types of scripts for calls, either a product call or a financial opportunity call. And all you would do, and again, it helps you with this, you'd edify me, tell them about, you tell me about them, you'd literally mute, and I'd let you, what I'd say to you is, right, as I'm doing this with your prospect,
follow it down.
Have it in front of you, because you'll see it sounds so natural. And the business one's great, and we only on the business call, when we come to recommendation, we've built that much value in the business that they actually think, oh my god, this is going to cost a fortune to join, because this is where we build it up. And then we recommend the ultimate pack, because that's the best for a business builder. And then they go, oh, only £400. I've never had anybody not sign up on an ultimate.
Really?
From these calls. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because you'll see the script, have a look at it yourself.
Yeah.
It just builds so much in what you're going to get with the business, and it says the best way to start, and we literally go through it, and then it says, and it's 440 quid. and people go, oh, then they think £440 for my own business. And we explain that they only pay that as a one-off, but it's brilliant. We've also got, on the flip side, on that training system, in the getting started bit, in step 1, especially getting started bit, there's 2 things you can use if you want to reach out to people about products. There's a little script called Text a Few. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen that before. So you can just text a few people, see if they want to do sort of the cleanse. And there's also a Facebook launch post, and that's really good, especially for when you get people started. First thing to do is let's get you launched on Facebook, and it's a really good post. They'd use your results, and that draws traffic. There's also all the language that would use if people like the post, they comment on the post, or they message the post. Yeah. But basically, you've got everything in that system. But for you, I'd really focus on this, on getting some business builders. Yeah. Because we want to get you to Crystal Manager. Well, I'm Crystal Manager now. On the reset. And
then with the reset, because this is what I was asking Heather and she didn't know. So
you can you? But
I can get to Crystal Director though.
Yeah, but what I've said to my guys is, regardless of you being able to pick that bonus up for manager, to get to director, you need to do that anyway.
Yes, yeah, you do. Yeah. So for me, I've got one girl she's always consistent, bless her, Jenny. I've got a meeting on Friday with Kat, who came up to celebration, which was brilliant. And I said to her, she's not fallen off, but her mum and dad did very well. And then they got too many products. So they stopped ordering. And I said, right, Kat, we need to get you back to consultant. Because then I'm an active manager at the moment. I'm being paid.
Yeah, because you can have that as well. Yeah.
So again, what I made my Crystal Executive thing last night with right. I've sent that to Heather. And for me, it's like, right, I want to be Crystal Director. Well, I want to get Crystal Director. I think it's by the 28th of April, isn't it? Or something like that.
Well, you've got, so Crystal Manager is 28th of April. Crystal Director, I'm looking on my wall, 2nd of June. And Crystal Executives is 7th of July.
So have I got till the 2nd of June to become Crystal Director?
Yeah, with the double bonus, yeah.
Right. So I don't have to do it by April then?
No, that's the Crystal Manager deadline, no.
Oh, cool. So what I didn't know is I said to Heather, because I'm not paid at the moment as manager, if I found 2 new consultants, would I get the Crystal bonus again?
Not for manager, no, because you're a manager now. Yeah. You can't collect that one. But you've still got to the 2nd of June.
Yes, to get.
And you can reactivate old ones where I can.
Yes. Oh, can you not?
No, executive. What happens when you're executive? Like we started again. I did Crystal Manager last week, so I went all out. I was like, right.
Brilliant.
So I've got brilliant. 2. So now, and what I've done, I've got on my wall the company deadline and my own deadline.
Right. So for me, that makes me feel better because I thought, shit, I've got to then get to Director by the end of April.
No, 2nd of June.
So Crystal Director, 2nd of June, and then
Crystal Executive, 7th of July.
Yeah, and you know that's my mum's birthday. He's no longer with us, so that's really kismet. So that's supposed to June. Brilliant. So for me, what I've done is, and again, I've said this, so Kat reactivated. I've got Jenny. I've got Charlotte, she works at Body Shop, who did go, bless her, she was the one who signed people in to get consultant, to get some money back. She's not active at the moment because she just had a baby, but she doesn't want to go back to BMW, interestingly enough. So she may well do the both together. Okay. I've got Ebony, who's a PT / works in the NHS. Again, she's so bloody elusive, and that's nothing of not dragging anybody, Emma. So again, on my board of directors, I remembered that bit. I like that. She's on my board of directors as a PT, and she uses the products. So for me, she's there. So again, if I can even get 3 of them, Charlotte will come on later. That's 3. And then, like I said, I've got, as I said, in talks with, obviously, Katie now, the beauty therapist. Yeah. I've got one girl tonight who I'm hoping to sign, Nick, who, again, that's product orientated for her at the moment. But again, her signed. So I want double PIBs this week because I've also got, again, this is where the patients come in, Emma, which slightly complicate it, but they don't. Is on my lovely patients, Ellie, who again used to teach ballet. Her husband is a very, very well-known butcher going through cancer at the moment. And he starts his chemo in a couple of weeks, his radio in a couple of weeks. And Ellie, I've known Ellie for many years, and she came in, and his health has not been great. So I said, look, Ellie, your stress levels are through the roof. Because obviously I do a lot of the Jackson Parr thing of finding out what people's why are, because it works for me actually, Emma, because it works as being an osteopath actually is, well, what are your expectations for treatment? Because, you know, I may be able to do it, I may not. So it works with the both really well. And I also found that was more duplicatable, because I can put the hind leg off a fucking donkey, Emma, but you then don't get people involved with their why, which you need to do. So when it comes to a patient basis, with Ellie, I just said, look, I'm not being funny, Ellie. I said, I've got energy through the roof. I said, I broke my ankle this year. I haven't been able to train. I said, but I'm still smashing my targets. You know, would you like to find out a bit more? So she went, oh my God, yes, I really would, Sophie. So I sent her some details. I sent her the ISA movie to go and have a look through. She came back in yesterday. I've got a meeting with her and hubby Thursday night.
God.
And pretty much, I again didn't over fucking talk it, Emma.
No.
When it comes to Alan, I said, we need to get him started. I said, if I could have him on these products for 2 weeks before he starts his radio, supporting his body. This is not about treatment or cure, but I said, I used Isagenix through my radiotherapy.
Yeah.
And I said, there's a money back guarantee. But again, he has a smoothie every morning anyway that his daughter provides. I said,
a lot of sugar in and
exactly.
stuff.
So I said, not big friends, no different, but you have one of our smoothies. He has it for lunch.
Better.
And I said, it's better. And for me, it's exactly that. So what I'm hoping this week, well, take the hope out. I've got Ellie signing and then Alan signing. The only thing I might do is sign Ellie, get them both to, I don't know that I'll see how they're going. They've got a lot on Emma. It's that Heather said, oh, you want to get obviously Ellie to sign and then Alan to sign underneath. And I went, well, yeah, but what I'm not going to do is be pushy. Because if it's getting them both starting the products and she orders two boxes herself, do you know what? If it's getting
just go with what they want.
Yes, that's what they want, not what I want. And then obviously Nick's is hoping to sign tonight. So for me, that would be double PIBs to get back in this. I did sign one person last week. So again, having gone route, get people signed. And then I went through Louise, who's down the road, fun enough, who came up. He did start. So she started today, and I've done measurements with her and photos and stuff. And I've said I'm going to start a 30-day with her because I put weight back on Emma because I've been eating as well as doing ISA. So for me, the bonus of this is this gives me, I will go and log on to this and follow through the training. Because Emma, what I need now is that, you know, the training we get is brilliant, but it's obviously not quite working for me, Emma.
Not specific enough. No. I think you just need some direction to follow and some words to use and some ways of reaching out to people. I think if you want to have a look through, I mean, bear in mind, some of it is a little bit American, like, hey girl, I don't speak like that. You know, but they do. So you just change it. I just say, hey Sophie.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's a bit like the Australians.
It's brilliant.
Yeah. It's like the Australians with emojis. And I remember my sister-in-law going, Heather, most of our Brits don't do, well, some of our lot don't do fucking emojis. She said, I'm not sending bloody emojis all the time. So it's doing what works. And I think the passion and the power of this, Emma, is, I mean, I know it's there. I also think that I've signed up for every ISA body, whether I was good, bad or indifferent, because it was about getting the products and doing it.
Yeah.
Now, for me, I'm halfway through my 6th ISA body. There was only one that was incomplete because it was in the middle of my bloody cancer treatment, Emma, and I didn't get the But for me, I'm halfway through, and therefore I have put weight on, but it's never been about that, really. It's about the story that goes along with it.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like doing this with Louise and being strict about it. Because again, it's a bit like you said a while ago, it's getting back on the program.
Yeah.
You know, that you're a product of the product.
Yeah.
And what I think's amazing about your way of doing the business is I love it because something's just gone in my brain, is that something's just gone, well, hang on, if you're going with the business, actually, if they don't want to do the business, you've got the option of the products to feel better.
If they do it the way around, it doesn't work.
Yeah. If you do it the other way, it's quite difficult to say, like I did today. Having gone in for the business, it was like, well, hang on a minute. I'm going in product-based, but I needed to see the business. So actually, it's interesting now going back to her and saying, look, actually, Katie, there may be another way. Or for me to say to Katie, if you don't mind, Emma, when she gets back from Spain, I tell you what, why don't I get you on a call with Emma?
Yeah. And we'll go through the business.
Yes, exactly. And then because I like that top down, because I'm not great at leading with the business, but that way.
Yeah, we don't need to, because the words are done for you.
Exactly.
The invite's already there. You just got to say the words. And when we do the call,
exactly,
the script's there. So you don't have to worry about missing anything out.
Saying
too much.
And I think what's brilliant about that is you don't get tongue-tied with having gone with the health and wellness postcode, and then suddenly you're talking about the business.
Yeah, no, it's
brilliant.
No.
So do you find that you really sign everybody on Ultimate Packs, Emma?
If I lead with the business, yeah, they always get started on an Ultimate.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, that's where I think it comes in with Brett going on well, actually, you're right, actually. It's not a lot of money.
There'll always be people that want, and I have had some who've gone 30-day or premium, but I always say to them, as a business builder, this is the best option. You get more upfront bonuses by recommending it. You get more in residual income. Yeah, if they really can't squeeze it, then a lot of them end up doing is then they'll go, I wish I'd done it now.
I know.
Then they go and through the products, and as a business person, you want to be able to experience all the products, don't you? But there's always exceptions. But if the way you lead with it, it's better than not mentioning it.
Yeah, no, it works, because I think the other thing
customers. And to be honest with you, I never sign customers up on Ultimates, because most of them, they don't need. Look, I'm not.
I know. Well, they
don't need all that.
They don't. I mean, for a couple of my customers, the preferred customers, I mean, I've got my lovely 60-year-old couple. They're bloody lovely, Emma. And, actually, they were very easy. It's interesting. Some are. And one signed on a premium, one signed on the basic. And do you know what? I bloody love these two. Every month, they buy what they buy. She adds the in. He adds the snacks in because he's a type 2 diabetic. And what's lovely is she started to talk to people, Emma. And all I've said to her is, do you know what, Rosemary? Next time you're sat with your girlies, I said, if they look at you and go, wow, then share it. Get them on a call with me and I'll help you do it.
Yeah, you do it for them. Yeah.
And I think, I've even managed, this is what I said to Graham the other day, because this isn't complicated, Emma. But sometimes if you view it's complicated, you attract complicated.
Yeah. People make it complicated.
I said, Graham, you're bloody lovely, because he runs his own bloody back office. He's rather lovely. And I said to him the other day, now, whatever you do, Graham, because I signed Rosemary and Rosemary signed Graham, I said, you keep Rosemary active.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, because he even gets the fucking points, Emma. I've got my young who don't bloody get the points. He goes, right, so I just keep Rosemary active if we only order once a month. Yeah, done. So she's basically keeping her BV going.
Yeah.
He goes, I get this. And I went, why is it that you two are freaking easier? And from her perspective, all her gut bloat, she had reflux, she had terrible gut problems, they all settled. And they're on maintenance now anyway. But, he's fine. And I just went, right, okay, but you're right. And I think that's the one thing missing, Emma, is that if you go in leading with the business, you can come down from it. Whereas and that's just one thing that I hadn't got in my brain. Whereas if you lead with the products, it's quite difficult to then go, oh, well, do you want to do the business then?
Yeah. Think about it this way as well. Zach said to me this a long time ago. What do people go to bed praying for at night, right? They don't go to bed praying to get in skinny jeans. They don't. Despite people wanting to lose weight. They go to bed praying they'd had a little bit more money so they could pay the bills. They could pay some debts off. So to me, our best product is our business opportunity.
Yeah.
So you would never know that some people might be in a position where they are praying at night. And I think that's why this top down, you give people, like Emily Vavra said it, she said people are on the knees.
Yes.
Praying for some sort of solution. And we could be going around offering people the product and then never telling them there's a financial opportunity behind it. They haven't got a clue, have they?
No. And I think it's harder to introduce it afterwards, because that's when the network marketing sounds dodgy. Oh, well, you're selling me products for well-being and now you're trying. Exactly. Whereas this might be, I always say that when you learn stuff, Emma, you're missing something. And then you always learn something that then flips a switch.
Yeah.
And for me, I said to her,
try as we're on, just to try and get it on a separate thing, and then I can talk.
I said to her the other day,
I can read you out this thing.
No, that's fine.
Because I want you to hear how this sounds. If I was saying this to you. Right. Where do we? In fact, it's in step 1. I'm lying. It's in step 1. You've got the text of view template, which is asking people to take a look at doing the products. The social media post, which is great for anybody joining. Right. And then the top-down invitation. Okay. So basically, it says it's something like this. Hang on. Right. So you start it off like this. You send a little text, or you can send it by voice note. You say, "Hey, Sophie, you keep popping into my mind. I'm working on something exciting and I can't help but think that you might be perfect for it. Would it be okay if I sent you a voice memo explaining a little bit more?" Okay? That's how it starts off. And then when they say, yes, let me just see. If I play this, can you tell me whether you can hear it? I bet you can. Oh. Can you hear that?
No.
Right, I'll read it out then. I thought it might transfer. Then you would say, "Hey, Sophie, I hope you're great. It's been forever since we talked, or I hope you're having an awesome day, blah, blah, blah." Just dead quick. The reason I thought of you is because you're one of the most caring, loving, successful people I've ever met, and I just think the world of you. A few weeks ago, or you could say a few months ago, my friend Emma introduced me to a global health and wellness company called Isagenix. After doing my research, to realise that the company offers an incredible financial opportunity and the products are amazing too. In fact, I've already achieved, 12 pounds loss. I'm sleeping better and I've got more energy. Even though my job, as a personal trainer, keeps me busy and it pays the bills, I'm tired of working long hours, never seeing my family, and I really believe that this is a vehicle that allows me to create an additional income and some extra time freedom. I just added them bits in, by the way. You'll see it, there's blanks, so you add in. So I'm putting together a core group of people who I believe are driven, successful already, and entrepreneurial minded. Naturally, you're at the top of that list. Now, I know that you love your job and are really passionate about it. You've got so many irons in the fire already, but I'm going to run with this anyway, and I think you'd love it too. I've no idea whether this would be on whether this or not would be for you, or the timing is right. But if it was, you'll be really happy I shared it with you. Does this sound something like you'd be open to learning more about?
Right. So how does that work now that I've been doing ISA for nearly 2 years?
You just change it around. You could say, just change it around to something like, "Look, I've been passionately sharing the products.
Yes.
But now I'm looking for a core group of people." So just change it up a little bit.
So that way, because I think that's part of it for me. It's almost like, if you're sending it to people, because the other thing is I've actually reached out to a number of people. Can you send this sort? Yeah, you can. You can just adapt it. You send
just adapt it.
Yeah.
Just adapt it on paper.
Yes.
Right. And then what I would do, practice it on a voice memo. When you feel you've got it right, send it to me and say, "You just listen to this."
Then that'd be great.
Yeah. Just keep with the flow of it, but just change it, because I have to change it as well. So I would say something like, "I'm taking my business to another level. I'm looking for another 10 people to work with."
Yeah.
So you just adapt it.
Yeah. And because I think that way, for me at the end of the day, because I said the big thing, like I said to you, was I said to Heather, probably if you look at our UK team, I have signed probably 50 people, Emma. Right? Yeah. And then you've got the fact that, a number of boxes went back, like I said to you. You've got the fact there's probably about 20 people who order something. Some only a bottle of Nourish or a bottle of Onyx. But I was cycling. I got up to cycling almost 5 times. I've had my 2 5-cycle bonuses. I was cycling quite often, anything up to 5 a week, or then down to 1. And then in the last month, it's dropped a bit.
Okay.
Obviously, I've not been enrolling more people.
Well, what you've got there is, if you're signing customers up, customers will drop their auto-ship. They'll want it up. Right. If you've got a business, if you look at my retention on customers, is probably similar to yours, because customers come, customers go, they reach a goal, then they go off it, then they come back. They don't really care about it. However, if you're bringing somebody
Yes.
into the business, they will not. That's the overhead every month. They will not drop their authorship.
No.
So your business, that's where then your stability builds, because people won't drop. I know I've got however many business builders that will never drop their authorship. Never.
Yeah.
That's
Because,
what we need for you.
so how many business builders have you got, Emma? How many business people have you
Right. I'm looking on my wall because my thing up there. So I've got in one of my legs, I've got Ed Arterton, who's a Crystal executive.
Yeah.
So he's got a big team. Beth Grigg.
Yes.
You meet Beth weekend. So Beth's a manager, but Beth is also has been, I don't know what to use, lucky. She brought somebody good in her left and somebody good in her right, and earns really good residual income, and is now just getting into action. So she cycles about 15 times a week for having. Cameron's one of my consultants, my husband, but we don't build that. I've got Katie Polloway. I don't know if you saw me shout her out the other day. She's really good. I've got a guy called Stephen who's there. I've got a guy in Jersey who's not really got going. And then I've got some really cool new ones. Donna Booth came from Juice Plus, a new girl in Ireland, and my new guy Craig. So they're my main. So I've not got loads of personally enrolled business builders, but what I've got is I've got Michael and Evelyn in my team. I've got Esther. I've got all them Netherlands. 95% of the Netherlands business is my team. Is our team.
Wow. But then that's where you built depth, though. You see.
Well, I brought Beth in. It wasn't that. I brought Beth in. Beth brought in a personal trainer from Manchester. They brought a woman in called Marlene from the Netherlands, who's now not longer doing it, who brought Esther and Tom.
Right.
And also Marlene brought somebody in called Sonia, who brought in Michael and Evelyn. Sonia's no longer with us. So Michael and Evelyn are 9 levels away from me.
Wow.
But under that right leg, I've got about 3,500 team now.
Yeah. That's where it builds.
And Ed,
That's where
it's not just about you personally enrolled. I mean, Ed's got a really good growth. Beth's got that great growth. But the rest of them is still just building. But it's the depth, obviously, from it all. So it's the way it works.
I think that's what. And fun enough, it was Brett who originally said that. You know, it's your depth. You know, if you find two, you know, that's the point. You find 2 business builders, you find 2 business builders, you're always going to do better than 600 bloody customers.
Oh, yeah, it's like what Beth's done.
Yeah.
Beth's not enrolled anybody since October, and she never cycles less than 12 times a week.
I know, she said that to me because I saw her at Celebration. And I said, oh, you've not been around much recently. She went, I've had 6 months off, Sophie. And I went, okay. Well, hang on, there's obviously a delivery. And I said, bloody hell. She went, yeah, but I've still done it. It's still been there. The wonders of our...
No, she still earned £9,000 in 5 months.
I know, but then that was a brilliant post of yours to put that up, though. Because, again, I'm leading far more now with residual income. You know, do people know what residual income is? Because they don't, Emma. And I think, so, you know, you're such a star. Right, I'm going to press stop, and I want to know now how